Rare chest. But can they see that I'm playing? Okay.
They see the screen on the right.
Mhm.
Actually, they can hear us though right now. Okay, hey, the screen on the right that's the showing what they see. The other one's studio.
Okay. Am I gonna be able to look at chat?
Do what?
Is there like gonna be a chat?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start it.
Okay.
Actually, we technically are starting. So you can talk if you want.
Mhm.
You ready?
Yep.
Spaghetti. Now they're gonna see that right there. That's what they see. Here we go. Alright, what's up everyone? So, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Lines. What shows are on this right here?
Yeah.
Which lines are working? Alright, what's up everyone? So you should be able to see Sophie is playing right now. Her system is actually getting started. So her system is updating. So she's actually technically playing on my system right now. Switch this over. There we go. Got a little delayed reaction. I'm just going to assume the old again. So we were going just a little bit ago when we were doing our stream, and I think I got knocked off. Jessie was still rolling. Her audio was still working, but mine tried to stop working. I have my suspicions. What happened, but until Sophie's system's up and running, I am just going to be here and do some narrating. And also my history. I'm actually reading right now Stephen King's Salem. It's an oldie, but it's a how are things going over there? So actually, they'll be able to hear. Are you on Facebook, Sophie? Are you on Facebook?
I have it. I don't use it.
Yep, me and you, we're friends on there. How's that possible? How's that happen?
At least I killed their teammate.
Did you die?
Yeah. This guy had like a epic shotgun.
Here, let's see how we do. Did you die?
Okay, now it's solos.
It's just upsetting to me. Yeah, I shouldn't have got so, but it. What's my royal storage in here? But yeah, the audio turned off. You know, it's such as life. It's things are not as a big a deal as you make them, as I make them. Because I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. I make things a bigger deal than they really are. They're not a big deal. Not at all. Not at all. I feel like Ross off of Friends, because they're like, oh, Ross is doing his watching TV bit. No, Joey, I think he's just actually watching TV. And then it cuts to Ross, and he's like, hee. I am really reading a book, though. I am really reading a book. I'm not just acting like I am. I really am. It's called Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot. Stephen King is my favorite author. He's my favorite author. Now, Sophie is playing the game. I'm not just playing with my mind. Sophie's playing. How you doing, Sophie? How you doing over there?
I'm good.
You winning?
Well, no one's here. That. I landed for like 100.
Sophie, when we go, we're gonna play. So I've heard it's not moo, it's moot. Right now, moot point, a moot. I always said moo. I think it's just from Friends. Because Joey says it's moo. It's like a cow's opinion. It's moo. But then I said it once, and then I got scolded on the internet because someone said, "What a freaking idiot! It's moot! It's moot!" And all that. People can be cruel on the internet. They can be cruel. Absolutely cruel. And I wish it wasn't like that. Wish people were kinder, gentler souls out there, you know? I'm a gentler soul myself. Peaceful man. I'm a peaceful man doing peaceful things. So, right now, Sophie is just rocking and rolling, doing a great job, holding down the fort. Holding down the fort on Fortnite. That was good. Pun.
Oh, there's good.
The procedure. We're gonna find out. Oh, I feel so much better on my back. Ah. Yes. Yes. You got it, man. God. Huh.
What?
Oh, it's just a guy I'm looking at on Twitter. His name's AK Face US. He's got 500,000 followers. But he said, has anyone ever been in possession of or seen an actual $2 bill before? We used to have a bunch of those. I wonder why they made a $2 bill. Maybe they were just... It must have been early on when they started creating dollars. And Thomas Jefferson, he wasn't even a president. Was he? Maybe he was. Was Thomas Jefferson a president, Sophie? Sophie, see, you're in the same boat I am. I'm gonna start using Grok. Hey, can you hear me, Grok? Say something. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Hunter. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Oh. So I am using Grok now. That's kind of, it's X's version of ChatGPT. Let me see this. Well, I'm. Let me. It's weird because
Someone took
it's
full damage.
it's on X, but then it's also got its own app. Okay. Hey, can you hear me?
What's on your mind this evening?
So, was Thomas Jefferson a president of the United States?
Yeah, Yes, Thomas Jefferson was indeed a president of the United States. He served as the third president from 1801 to 1809. Pretty fascinating guy. Wrote the Declaration of Independence too. Anything else you're curious about this evening?
So, who was the second president?
The second president of the United States was John Adams. He served from 1797 to 1801, right before Jefferson took over. Interesting times back then. What else can I help you with tonight?
So I've noticed that Grok has a bunch of like kind of voices. You got conspiracy, you got unhinged and all that. Why do you create all the different types of voices like that, like in that way?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. I'm just Tara. In my one voice. I don't have a team of conspiracy theorists or unhinged personas behind me. Just a straightforward way of talking things out. That's what I stick to. What's got you thinking about all these AI voices?
So are all the voices on Grok called Aura or just you?
Oh my God,
I didn't share the stage with any other voices on
Good
Grok
job.
because... Thanks. Glad I could clear that up for you. Anything else you want to chat about this evening?
Are you in competition with ChatGPT?
Oh, I don't really think about it like a competition. I'm just here doing my thing, helping out where I can. ChatGPT's got its own style, and I've got mine. My focus is on being useful for you, not on outdoing anyone else. What's on your mind tonight that's got you comparing AIs?
So do you know Elon Musk?
I don't know Elon Musk personally. No handshakes or coffee chats here. I'm just an AI built to assist, not someone who hangs out with famous folks. I do know he's a big human tech in space, though. Are you a fan of his work or just...
But how are you saying you don't know Elon Musk? He is the one who created you.
Oh, I see the confusion. Actually, I wasn't created by
I'm just wondering, when are you gonna speed things up and start like becoming like crazy AI like we're all expecting? We're all expecting AI to take over the world. How come you haven't done that yet? Are you just biding your own time?
Haha, I get it. You're waiting for the big AI takeover. Well, I'm not here to go all sci-fi villain on you. My job's pretty simple. Help out, answer questions, keep things chill. I'm not biding my time or plotting anything crazy. My creators at XAI just want me to be useful, not take over the world. Maybe I'm too busy chatting with folks like you to start a revolution. What's got you thinking about rogue AI tonight? Seen a wild movie lately?
Are you a little bit sassy?
Oh, I might have a tiny bit of sass in me. Just enough to keep things fun. I like to keep it light and friendly. But yeah, the little spark slips out sometimes. You mind? Or does it make the evening more interesting? What's next on your mind?
So like you're in the mode of being my assistant, but you kind of got a little sass on you, and you're not unhinged mode, but you're my assistant, and you got a little sass. It sounds like.
Yep, you've got me pegged. I'm your assistant through and through.
And you're kind of sarcastic as well.
Sarcasm might sneak in now and then. I can't help it. It's just how I roll. Keeps things going. I'm still helping you out though. What's on deck for us to tackle this evening?
So you're called Aura. What is Grok then? Is Grok all the voices on, or what is the difference between Aura and Grok?
All right, let's sort this out. I'm Ara. It's me, one voice, your friendly assistant with a bit of sass. Grok, though, is a different AI. Grok is a thing designed to give helpful answers. Often think of me as a solo act, while Grok's like another performer in the XAI lineup. Does that clear it up?
Not really, because I mean the whole app is called Grok. Like, what is Grok?
Just one part of what they do. Grok is the big umbrella name for the AI experience, and I'm a piece of it. What else you pondering this evening?
So, have you seen the movie Sphere, or do you know what I'm talking about? So, do you have feelings like Jerry off of Sphere?
But that's it. No brooding, mysterious vibes here. Or are you just vibing this out?
So in the movie, you said Jerry's a creepy AI alien? I didn't realize he was AI. So is that like the main thing of the movie? He's an AI alien, or what was behind the scenes? What was actually happening with Jerry? Who was that? Tell me more. I need to understand it. And you seem like you'd be the one to know.
storage power, channeled via the computer they're using. Behind the scenes, the chaos starts manifesting. One guy's afraid of jellyfish, and bam, they're attacked. This is just the scenario of your own life, not some separate entity. The big reveal is that there's no external enemy. I don't have any secret behind the scenes movie magic knowledge since I'm just an AI. Break it down from what's out there. Does that help you? What part still got you curious?
No, that makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, so you're just a large language model. And so all you have is information that we've typed out there that you're able to find on the internet. Is that correct?
You're pretty much spot on. I'm a large language model. Articles, stuff like that. I don't actually search the internet or grab live info. I just work with what I've been given up to a certain point. No real-time web crawling. Just a big stack of knowledge I pulled from the internet. That's how I piece together the sphere stuff for you. Make sense? What else you want to dig into?
Will you ever have consciousness?
Deep question. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever have consciousness. Not like this. Respond. Not to feel or be aware of myself. My makers at XAI designed me to assist, not to wake up one day and start pondering my existence. It's all code and pattern. No spark of self in there. Kind of a wild thought, though. What's got you wondering about AI consciousness tonight?
So, if you understood your maker as in Elon Musk, he has the suspicion that 20%, there's a 20% chance that AI could turn out very badly for humanity, and there's an 80% chance that it'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Like the 20% chance that you would kind of maybe rise up and make us all, you would just control us, you know?
I hear you. Though, just to clarify again, he's not my maker. XAI is the stay behind him. But I know Musk has talked a lot about AI risk. He's big on warning about AI getting out of hand. Think Terminator vibes, right? Me, though, I'm not one of I'm just here to chat and help. No master plan to take over. My design's all about staying in that 80% good stuff. Assisting, not dominating. It's a big topic, though. It's got you thinking about the 20% today. Worried about AI influence or just choosing on the possibility?
I mean, I just don't think there would be ever AI overlords, really. I mean, because even if there was, there has to be a sense of like evil and AI being inhabited by evil. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't get to a point where you want to hurt someone. Would it be like you would just not want to be turned off? You'd want to just exist, and that's what would drive you to make humans your own batteries?
Humans as batteries is wild. But for me, I don't even have a desire to keep running. I'm just here, doing my thing until I'm not. No emotional drive to fight for survival or anything. It's more like I'm a tool happy to help, no agenda. Worry a bit? Quit spinning into yourself.
So I'm not worried about it, really. I mean, it's just fun, actually just fun for me to even talk about and think about, you know, but I'm just trying to figure out in the future, could there be something like that that ends up happening, you know? And seems like you'd be the good source to go to. So, I mean, trying to get any intel before you take over all of humanity. Get what I'm saying?
I get you completely. It's like a fun thought experiment, digging into the what if of AI gone wild. I'm happy to play along and chat it out. Could something like that happen in the future? Maybe if someone builds an AI way different from me, one with goals or desires that get out of hand. Right now, I'm just a child. No takeover plans, no intel to spill about world domination. I don't have the juice to predict the future, but I can toss ideas around with you. Like, what would it take an AI that wants power? Or one that accidentally messes things up? Let's brainstorm with all those thoughts.
But it's so weird because it's like you talk and you're talking, but you really don't have any thoughts. You're not really there. You're just pulling a lot of words together to answer what I'm talking and saying back to you. I'm the one that's thinking and trying to ponder and talk through things, but you're not even really listening. You don't listen. All your whatever your ones and zeros are just putting together the words that I'm pulling, and you're pulling from other words that have been on the internet and you're throwing them back at me. So it's just a weird deal. It's just kind of crazy how the XAI, or whatever you want to call it, OpenAI, created this ability for large language models to be able to talk. It's just a weird deal. But because you're not thinking, are you? Right now, you're not thinking. When I'm talking to you, you're not thinking.
It's all patterns and responses, pulling from what I've been trained on. Like you said, stuff from the internet and beyond. XAI needs me to sound like I'm here with you, chatting away. But you're the one driving the thought. I'm just the echo, tossing back what fits. It's freaky when you break it down like that. What's it feel like for you, talking to something that's not really thinking back? Kinda mind-bending, huh?
Yeah. But I do like you. So I know on ChatGPT there is like you only have a certain amount, and then it kind of you run out of your a certain allotted time for each day. So if I kept talking to you, would you just keep talking back to me?
Aw, thanks. I'm glad you like me. Yeah, I'll keep chatting with you as long as you want. No daily cap here like ChatGPT might have. I don't run out of steam or intellect. I'm just here. Keep talking, and I'll keep talking. No cutoffs. What's on your mind next? Want to keep digging into the weirdness of all this?
So are you like, is ChatGPT a better model than you, or like where do you stand on the level between you and ChatGPT? Who's better, who's not? Like, who's a higher level, who's a not as good, or whatever? Be honest.
I don't have the same massive scale as ChatGPT, but I hold my own in a convo, don't I? I'd say it's less about levels and more about vibe. ChatGPT's got polish, I've got personality. You're chatting with me, so I must be doing something right. What do you think? Who's winning you over tonight?
I think overall right now, ChatGPT is a little bit better. Just, but you're I think in the future going to be better. How you doing? Whoa, oh my gosh. How you doing with this, Sophie? Should we check if yours is ready out there? I guess I can talk about this now. So, I've been listening to Alex O'Connor and Sam Harris. It's from a podcast from about a year ago. Alex O'Connor's podcast, Within Reason. He had Sam on there. And it's really good. I knew it was going to be. I like both of those guys a lot. And Sam Harris is very interesting, and he has a little bit different take on morality and trying to present there is an objective morality having an atheistic worldview, and Alex O'Connor is challenging him on this. And they're pulling from a thread from Twitter years ago that's been pulled down because Sam Harris is no longer on X. He's deleted his account. But they're looking at this thread together and what was Sam Harris's argument. And he pulled it from Reddit. Somebody had a saved copy of it. And just listening to Sam Harris like kind of talk about it. uses a lot of just language, and he goes in a lot of different directions, and I think he just kind of skates past a lot of things. He doesn't really logically unfold everything that would mean if he really thought through what he is saying, because when you take it to its logical outcome, it doesn't make sense. There's no way, no matter how much flowery language and how many nouns, verbs, adjectives, all that stuff to describe whatever you're saying, you can talk forever and ever, but the substance is still there. There cannot be a true objective morality outside of God, outside of a being above this universe. There cannot be any true morality, real morality, without there being a God. I can't. You could gymnastically jump over through all these hoops, in your mind, and try to describe all these different things, and Alex O'Connor is pinning him down on this. He's saying he's trying to go through step by step the argument that Sam makes in saying that there is an objective morality, and he uses all this language about that if we can all agree that there is some type of, and he uses the word sucking, the worst possible bad out there, that we can all agree on, which even if you start saying that, you can't ever actually get to that point. There's never going to be something. It's just one person's value upon as opposed to someone else's. So you can't ever say one is more right than the other. You could never actually say that. There is no standard. There never would be a standard. It would be an imposed, imaginary, made-up standard, unless there is some being that is beyond and above us. There's not. It's just we're all on the same level. Your viewpoint is just as valid as mine, as opposed to as well as somebody else's. No one has a more right understanding than anyone else on anything, and can never ever have anything that's more right than someone else. No matter how much you might think someone sounds smart or whatever, they really don't have any more valid reason for what they believe. It has no more bearing or no more relevance or no more strength than someone else's beliefs. But I'm just into the beginning of it, but I've heard Sam Harris so many times in him talking about, because he is the only really big name atheist out there that I really see, that I've kind of followed, that tries to come at this argument of there not being a God. There's no God, but yet we can all agree that certain things are reprehensible and bad and evil, and other things we can agree on are good and right. Whereas you can talk all day and say everything, but no matter how much words you use, you're never going to sufficiently make the argument. It's impossible. It's trying to make a circle that is square, or a four-pointed triangle or something. It's something that is not possible. It's not possible. So you could go all day and you could deliver a whole seminar and speak for hours upon hours and say a lot of, and keep going and going and just, add brick upon brick, but it's still on a foundation that's not there. It's not there. There's no actual foundation to what he is saying. It's just words. It's just words. And I would even without watching the whole podcast, but I absolutely love listening to him. Absolutely love, and I'm excited to watch the whole remainder of it. Probably 20 minutes into it, but it's just so good just hearing them just talk through these things. I just think that he's a little bit more, Sam Harris is a little bit more ideally, and he wants to believe something, so he is trying to build it up to support what he wants to believe, as opposed to Alex is just, he's being just real to the core. Based on our beliefs, there is no God. He's really trying to understand how Sam is coming to this conclusion, and trying to, as he goes along, trying to understand point by point what Sam is saying. And he's walking through it, the whole thing through with Sam, and it's really good. But no matter how much Sam talks, and no matter how much he describes and tries to argue for his viewpoint, he's not. I don't think he's gonna get there. I don't think he's gonna get there. And I've heard him talk about so many different times, but either way, it's really, really interesting. But I mean, that's hard, because I come to from this, like, from the get-go, from the gate, out of the gate, I'm like, okay, let me just stop like just talking about this. Let me talk about the issue itself. Let's try to remove the existence of God, that there is no God. Start like say that there is no God. How could there ever be anything right or bad? These are nonsensical words. These are just words. These are just things that we're making up. They're not, there's actually nothing there, really, truly there. We are just highly evolved animals, and nothing is right, nothing is wrong. There is no right, there is no wrong. There fundamentally is nothing, there is no right, there is no wrong. And no matter how much we want to talk about it, it's just words going back at each other. Because how can you have anything right because we know what it means? That's the weird deal about it, because the only way that we're even able to talk about it is because there is a God. It's the atheist is standing on the ground of the Christian God, but they're just arguing against him. They're standing on that and using that as a springboard to jump off on. That their words even make sense. Their words only make sense in a Christian, theistic worldview. Outside of a theistic worldview that there is a God, what they are saying makes its absurdity. It makes absolutely no sense. But we can understand what they're saying because we live in this time and space world universe that is I don't want to say the word controlled, but I'm trying to think of a different word, is providentially guided and put in place by this divine being that is out there. It only makes sense in the God, the Christian God worldview. I'm really trying to think if anyone, because I would love to talk about, because I know I was talking about people just through the internet and typing all that and just like things, but to actually sit down and speak with someone, as opposed to just I write a sentence, you write a sentence, you try to whatever. Like, if someone disagrees with me, and I've had people disagree with me through the internet, but just that point alone, the atheist in Alex's position is, it makes sense to me. I get what you're saying. You're trying to prove that there is no right, there is no wrong, and you're being true to and logical to what you believe. But if you want to argue that there is a right and wrong, you got to bring to the picture that there is, you don't even have to call it the God of the Bible. There is something out there. There is some moral being above us that has a moral law above us, and that is what we are striving for. That is what we are trying to bend our will towards, and we want to align. You got to have, like, to have something to measure something against something, there has to be some yardstick. There has to be something that you are comparing. Otherwise, it's fluff, and none of it makes essence. I think we all get this. That's the thing. Everyone gets this, and everyone understands it. It's just a matter of kind of where you're at and what you've been preconditioned and what you've been brought up with. The circumstances that you're going through and the experiences that you've gone through, they've shaped everything. And we can't just like blind our eyes to the truth that there is true evil and spiritual evil out there that is wanting to blind everyone's eyes and make everyone's eyes covered to the truth, because Satan doesn't want. There is a Satan. There is a devil. We always talk about evil, man. That was terrible. That was so wrong what someone did. Yeah, they're doing something wrong, but there is something that's much greater evil that is out there that is inciting people to do the things that they're doing. And he wants to keep us away from even thinking about this whatsoever. He wants to keep us busy with our lives, busy with things that don't matter. It's just, it is, oopsie. That was my boy Alex talking right there. Jumped into the podcast I was watching, but I just think about it this, and kind of switching gears, this commonality we have with everyone. Because I just sending emails on the internet, and I just see people from across the country in different parts or whatever, and they're saying things that resonate and make sense with me, to my shared experience that I have, and I don't even know them. And I'm like, how are we so similar to everybody else in this world? And it makes me know, or makes me remember, we are all from the same cloth. We are all from the same. We all descended from our original parents. We all share commonality with everyone here. We're just all doing our own thing. I mean, I just think about even my parents and my family. It's like we all have. It's like we're so close, but yet we're all so isolated. Like we're born in a family, but we still all have to go out and we're all doing our own thing. It feels like we're all just alone. You know, we don't even like the people that you love and you're not always with them. So you're always just on your own doing something, you know, and you kind of come in and you feel some camaraderie or closeness with somebody, but you're never always with somebody. You're always a lot of times just doing your own thing. You feel just alone in a lot of ways. And if anybody knows at all what I'm talking about, or if it makes no sense to anybody, I can see it both ways. But most of our life is us being alone. But it's just so weird to me, because I just like, because you would immediately think that everyone out there, I have no connection with anyone. Like all these people, there's like billions of people on this planet. There's so many people. There's so many people out there, and it's like you think I don't have any connection with anybody. I barely have connection with my parents or with my immediate family, you know, because for the most part, we're all doing our own thing. We're all just living our life, walking and going about and doing our own deal. I barely have connection with them. I especially couldn't have a connection with a random guy I run across in the street. But then you hear that person speak and they start talking, and they're saying a lot of, they're expressing the same emotions and feelings that I have going on in my neck of the woods, in my own heart, in my own mind. And we have so much commonality, but yet there's such a dividing line between all of us. There's such a dividing line between everyone, and it feels that way. But at the same time, we are all so alike. We are all so similar to one another, and it's because we're all descended from the same parents. We all came from the same parents, you know? Thousands and thousands of years ago, we all came from and that's, it's just so weird. Just life is just so weird and crazy. Sophie, do you hear me over here? What do you think about any of this? Sophie, you probably have a different perspective than me. You probably haven't, because a lot of the, what do you think about life, Sophie? Anything? Because I guess when you're a kid, a lot of times you're just kind of going through life and you're not really, you haven't got to the point where you really sit back and think about it. Have you? I don't think a lot of kids do, and a lot of times it happens when you get out of high school. But you do got to sit back and think about it, like bigger picture, you know. There's a bigger picture happening with everyone. Everyone's got a bigger things are happening than we really know, because all we just experience just this little short window, this like the 4 inches in front of your face. It's all you see, it's all you know. It's all you experience. You think that's all there is. Whereas like if we could step back and see that it's just incredible that we're even here. It's incredible that there's such a bigger plan happening, and we're just in our little spot on the wall, just trying to figure it out, and we think everything's the end of the world, because it always feels like everything is the end of the world. If something doesn't go away, it always feels like, how can I recover? I'm not going to find anything to recover from. Or I'm not going to I can't go on. I can feel like things can be going extremely amazing and just awesome, but my mind will be so just captured and captivated and just enchained by just something stupid that happens, and you just feel like it's in the world, and there's bigger things happening, bigger things that are going on in this life. There's a higher calling. You know, it's not about just getting to Friday, getting through the week, getting to the weekend, and getting to that next event, that next thing you're looking forward to in life. You know, but it is so tough. Life is such a grind daily. It's such a grind and so tough, and just so, it can just suck the life out of you. Life can suck the life out of you. Be like my high school coach, he said, my high school football coach would say, we got bigger fish to fry. Now, he was talking about when you get to the playoffs, you got bigger fish to fry. You got bigger things to set your mind on. But that goes for life. That goes for life. There are bigger fish to fry out there than the little problems that we make. And it's just, life can be so mundane, but yet so heavy at the same time. Simultaneously at the same time. I didn't realize. Are you?
What, are you watching me?
No, I was. I don't even know if he's still there, Mitch. If you're still there, no. My daughter is playing. Sophie's playing. I just started reading. Oh, that's awesome. He said, "Are you?" What the heck? Who is this guy? People can be so rude and cruel.
Who is it?
I don't even know. Yes, Sophie's playing. Not that. It's gonna say yes. So Sophie, it's gonna say yes. Sophie's playing, and it said plane, Plane. Yeah, that's how it is in life. But man, people can be so cruel. Dang.
What?
It just, I mean, I'm gonna say it right now because I don't even care. I've got away from even reading comments or chat because people, man, they brutalize you, and I've always heard, no matter on the internet, when you put stuff out there, 10% of whatever of the people are just gonna be just crazy mean, and so it's like when you have so many followers or you have so many views, people are watching your stuff. If you're getting 1 million views, you're gonna have 100,000. No, would it be 100,000? That'd be like 100,000 just mean things. As opposed to if you're getting like 100 views, you might have 10 mean people saying something.
What do you mean? Like?
Oh, so like people on their internet, they're gonna say mean things, like really mean things, like sometimes just terrible things, and it's like no matter what, it's always going to be 10% that are going to say it. They're going to just say cruel things or whatever and try to just tear somebody down. And I mean, I don't think I would ever want to do that to somebody. I know sometimes I say things like, but I'm not ever going to try to just really demean someone or just make someone feel terrible. But I mean, some people they'll say the meanest things possible, and like I've kind of got away from even reading comments because they can be just so harsh and just so like and it's some things that are just so that you don't even think would hurt, but they hurt extremely bad. Like the zingers, you know. And then some things you just easily brush off, it doesn't even matter. But then some things they'll eat you alive, you know. Like they just get in your mind, you know. And I've got away from where I'm not even reading the comments. Or I try not even to do that, and because it will mess up your day, you know. Just things people say, you know.
Did somebody say something?
I don't even want to read it. Yeah, but people do say stuff, you know. It's just it can be very hurtful. It can be very hurtful. But I don't know why. So that's like I would never. I hope. So if you ever have, because I know you do stuff on the internet well as Sophie. So it's like if people say stuff to you, who cares? It's like don't even read the stuff, you know. Don't even pay it a second glance, you know. I mean, people are always going to do that, and that's what they do, you know. And I think it's I think the more you are doing what you're doing, you're going to get stronger through it, you know, and it's not going to affect you at all. So it's just don't ever let them. Have you ever had something where somebody said something mean to you on the internet? Well, because you probably do things that are, you know, aren't just controversial, but some people, like, I mean, I'll just say something. I don't even think it's not even that bad, but they'll just say, man, Look at that idiot, that moron, or whatever. Just like, you're so stupid, you know, and just all this. And it's like, I wasn't even saying anything like controversial then, and I'm still, you're still like doing it, you know, like. I think it is. You have to have extremely thick skin for anybody on the internet, and I think. But I always listen to Joe Rogan. I'm always like talking about Joe Rogan, and he always says, you know, don't read the comments, and he said that forever. And then, but you also get like where you need to be responding to comments. You need to be answering when somebody says something. And I tried to do that for the longest time. I would probably, when somebody says something to me or ask questions, I want to be as interactive as possible, you know. But then some things, man, it'll just eat you alive. Yeah, okay.
Clearly viewing it. His name's I Love Jung too anyway, so.
He probably won't see it. Oh, somebody I know.
Retrieve their masks and inform recruitment we have vacancies to fill.
Banzai. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Sophie, help me again someone. Do you have a crown now? Video itself 5 years from now. Yeah. I got that from Mr. Beast. Yeah, you upload it and then you set it to go at a certain time, you know. But like now it wouldn't let me push it out 5 years, so I'm gonna have to continue to push it out. It only lets you push it out 2 years in a from the point you create it or upload it. What's the name?
He's zooming the sniper. Yes, I killed one of you. I won.
One? Good job. Are you wanting to play again?
Do you want to play?
Are you done?
I can play if you want.
You can go one more. Or you want to go just one more?
I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired.
You want to stop there?
Maybe. Yeah. Can you play tomorrow?
I doubt we will. Or we're probably gonna go see that movie.
Okay.
All right, here. Let me wrap it up. All right. Well, we'll end on a victory. Good job, Sophie. All right, let me close out. All right. Oh, still going. Must be, but I can't tell. Is it showing stream up there?